Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the June 12th meeting of the Lowell Conservation Commission. First up, a request for determination of applicability for Llewellyn Street and Christian Street. I believe that we're expecting a continuance on this project today. Is there anyone here? We have a request for continuance on file for the next meeting. Yeah, so cool, perfect. Thanks for coming. As far as I understand, the third-party engineer is still reviewing and finalizing their notes and getting ready to present. So, okay, great. Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you at the next meeting. Can I get a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to continue this item to the June 26th meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
See you in 2 weeks. Thank you. New business, a request for determination of applicability from Lowell Housing Authority, project location 50 Stackpole Street. An RDA has been filed by the Lowell Housing Authority to replace a retaining wall at their development of 50 Stackpole Street. The proposed project is within 100 feet of the Concord River. Good evening. Before you get started, I don't know if we have any other camera angles that can show the presentation.
Let us know if we need to adjust it. We're happy to. Or you could be Anna for us.
It's so close on my face that I would not show the whole picture. Go ahead. Tell us what you can tell us. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. My apologies. There was a couple of accidents on the way here. My name is Sushman Afshar from Taj Engineering LLC here in Lowell. My office is here in Lowell. And I'm here to represent Lowell Housing Authority and also present you the proposed project at 50 Stackpole, right next to the this three-story brick building. We ran very parallel to the Stackpole Street. There is a retaining wall here, which starts from here all the way to this point. The total length of the here this one. Okay, so if you that's a plan view of the whole entire site. The Stackpole Street, the retaining wall, the subject retaining wall, the building in between the street, the wall, and Concord River. And this will probably give you a better idea. It's a little bigger. And this is a profile, longitudinal profile of the wall. This is the 5-foot fence up on the top of the wall. And this is the existing back of the sidewalk. This is the back of the sidewalk of the Stackpole Street, and somewhere here is down where the grade, the wall meets this corridor, about 7 foot wide corridor between the wall and the building. The height of the wall varies from touchdown, probably a foot and a half, 2, all the way at the high point, which is here, somewhere here, the high point, about 9 foot above the grade, above this elevation of this corridor here. And of course, in the back of the sidewalk, at the far face, it is just a short parapet wall, which top of the wall is higher than the back of the sidewalk, and the safety 5-foot fence at top. What we are proposing to do, technically speaking, the wall has tape. It's close to the building. There are a couple of considerable cracks, and then a rotation, a segmental rotation of the wall towards the building. The most efficient, cost-effective, feasible way would be really to replace the wall. The existing wall is a cast-in-place concrete wall, and in order to minimize the work and basically all the proposed activities in the area, we are proposing a precast concrete block wall, gravity wall, which you probably, all of you might have seen along the highways, major roadways, and so on and so forth. It's a wall, it's a gravity wall. It stands, it resists all the lateral pressure, surcharge from the traffic and from the earth due to its gravity, due to its weight. And there is no form to be made, and it's much easier. You bring it precast, take it off the truck, and you just place it on. Of course, first we have to remove the existing wall, for which we are proposing to do, which you may say that is the most involved or active, for lack of a better word, of the proposed project. So we are proposing to drive sheeting. It could be where the elevation of height is higher, maybe about 4 feet or so. It could be a steel sheeting, which is made for this purpose. And at some areas, depending on the type of the soil, we could even use wood sheeting. The sheeting gets driven into the behind the wall, and it goes down enough. And that way, that provides a temporary shoring, and the existing retaining wall could be in segments removed. Now it's ready to come back, place the blocks, whatever backfill we have to do in the back, it shouldn't be too much. It's mostly probably crushed stone for drainage purposes, and install the fence, and then the sidewalk and the street is available for the city to do their repaving and repair of the Stackpole Street. In terms of environmental issues, the whole building majority of the building, this is the 50-foot buffer. If this is the riverbank, which is, by the way, way below, I'll come to that in a minute, but this is, the majority of the existing building is probably, I want to say, 70%, 75% of the footprint of the building is within the 50-foot buffer and the 100-foot buffer. And the proposed activity, the wall is much closer to the 100-foot buffer, which at the farthest point, it's about probably, I would say, 20 feet at the most from the 100 to buffer zone within the buffer between 50 and 100. The tall 5-story building, these are tall buildings, as you know, historical buildings here in Lowell, creates as a dam or a good protection for the river, so there is really nothing go past through the building itself. The wall ends here way before the end of the building, so there is really no chance by any means that any debris or anything could travel towards the resource area. Here, the building slightly, actually, I shouldn't say that, the building almost, no, actually, the wall, the retaining wall also ends before the end of the building. So, if you may, the protection continues. Also, all along here, by the river, and in this area, the building continues down towards the elevation where the river is, towards the vision of the river. But beyond the building, at this location and this location, there is a parapet wall of minimum 2 foot high. So assuming any sediment by any chance travels down, the parapet wall is holding it far better than a silt fence, erosion control barrier. There is one catch basin here at the very low end of the wall, which we are proposing the standard protection for it. We provide filter fabric under the ring, and around it also there will be the standard erosion control mulch tube protecting that was single catch basin. Other than that, there is no other catch basin or any inlets in that part of the street where we are proposing work. So we believe really we are not causing any adverse impact to the resource area, and there is no stockpile at the site. It's demolish and remove, haul away at the same time, from ground to the truck to go away, to drive away, haul away. And if there is any equipment to be parked, again, will be either here or the parking area on the other side of the building, which belongs to the Lowell Housing Authority. Again, by the parapet wall, which is really a good barrier between this area and the river, like I said. So, with that, we would like to request the approval of RDA, and any questions, I'd be more than happy.
So I'd agree, based on the way that you explained it, that there's no way for any disturbed soil to get from Stackpole Street or the front of the building into the river. The only concern that I would have is if you do breach the crest of the hill at the high side, down toward that driveway that wraps down the right side, plan right side, right? If you breach that crest, that you now have a way for disturbed soil to get down that driveway, some additional protections would be needed, but I don't see that happening. I think you got plenty of space.
We do. Sorry, jump in here if you don't mind. Good evening, Laura Watts, Capital Asset Manager with Lowell Housing Authority. Yes, we are not going to disturb the front entrance of the building, which is at the top of the hill of Stackpole Street. And there's some older stonework there that we really want to preserve, and there's no need for us to go beyond the high point of the wall. So I don't foresee any situation in which we break that crest of the hill. We could certainly have a few silt bags around, but we think having them along the entire entire riverbed would just be extra costs that really wouldn't provide any protection for a project we know will not impact the river.
And that catch basin at the bottom of the drive, the Stackpole Street, is tied into the drainage system?
Yes, so we would for sure have a catch in that to make sure. So we're certainly open to having some silt barriers at this end and maybe just a bit here, but to have to run the entire course of the riverbed would just be an expense that we would like to avoid.
So my question was, is that catch basin tied into the drainage system? Does it go into a drain, or does it drain directly to the river?
I believe it's part of, yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes to the river.
Okay.
Okay, there's another pipe which is under the building, under the road, but we have no access to it.
Okay.
So that's why we are protecting it by the barrier around it and the filter fabric under the frame.
So if it's draining directly to the river, I would like to request that it, after any significant rain, that it is cleaned out. Thanks.
Put it as a condition.
Thank you. And then wattles as you described are fine with me. Anybody else? A motion?
I'll make a motion to grant this project a -3 determination with the stipulation that if there is a high rain event, that the drainage basin is cleaned out.
Second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Brad, I have a question here for my new friends.
Sure.
They have to pick up a certificate of compliance that was already approved, and all documents were emailed to the seller's attorney.
So the next item on the agenda is their request for a certificate of compliance.
Okay. Excellent.
This is Carlos Alberto Cordero.
Yes.
Hi.
Okay.
Hola.
There may be
243 West Meadow Road.
a little bit of a language barrier.
Sure.
Is anyone able to?
I only know hi and thank you and coxinha.
What language? Spanish? Portuguese.
Portuguese, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. This will be short.
This will be short anyway.
Yeah. The applicant is seeking a certificate for compliance for a project that received an order of conditions in July 2004, DEP file number 2060563. We have received photos of your project. It looks like it's done and no, we have photos of your property. Yes. The staff reviewed the files, and I'll let Fran speak on that shortly about what you saw there. Is that all right? I can cover that then. So the staff that visited your house found that everything was in order and recommended that we grant your certificate of compliance. Does anybody have any comments on what they saw?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to grant the certificate of compliance for the 243 West Meadow Road.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, all good. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can get the paperwork from the conservation office, which is on this floor. Fran can point you in the.
Yeah, it'll take about a week. We're gonna type it up, and then you can come in and pick it up. We'll actually email you.
Yeah,
And then when you get the email, then you can come in.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Next up, we've got a request for a determination of applicability. Mullins Management Company, project location 169.1 Bridge Street. Mullins Management Company has applied to the Lowell Conservation Commission to remove fallen bricks from the Riverwalk, repair the area, and engage in restoration work to the building. The proposed work is within 100 foot of the Merrimack River. Is anybody here from Mullins to speak on this issue?
Was this, did they seek a continuance or no?
I don't remember.
I didn't see
seeing
that.
But let me check.
Yeah.
Let me double check. One,
I don't see it in my email.
I don't see one either.
We can just
So I would certainly like to talk about this with them. That said, I would also love to see the Riverwalk reopened. And I think the first step there is taking all the bricks off of the Riverwalk. Obviously, there's a lot more work to be done, but I don't know. I don't know what the damage of the Riverwalk looks like underneath. So I guess it doesn't really accelerate anything just to
take the bricks
just
off.
take the bricks off. But
Guess we'll just continue this.
yeah, I think that's our only option really.
Next meeting.
26th. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to continue 169 Bridge Street to the 6/26 meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And our final meeting item is the 424 meeting minutes. Any comments?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
A second?
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any final words, Fran?
No,
Well, thanks for coming.
thank you.
The final motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.